Assalamu alaikum, badin Gambian Kolu. Assalamu alaikum. Melialon ko jibelo kele sign. Ani melialon ko ebina jibelo kele nyaro domun ndrong alal badi malem sirfo Sonko aka Baiyo Sonko gosina bifana pluko kacha cool melialon ko wolle kerim banko kan kacha cool melialon ko controversial be cool melto Najoko Akumata Bakele, we make this kind of program, Nimoli Kacha, Nanyola for Hakilola, Byron Hakil Kilimanga, Hakilti, Nanyola Kilubulan, Kuluna, Byron Kulum Fananga, Marco Samole, Kulunka Bida, Casamanda, although Kamal Drong, what I don't go be incidents, the Kachajang, Alabarka Bake, Atomelia Lonko, Alvin Gibela, Science, Tang, Alimelia Lonko, Alvin Gibel, Nata Domonding. Kala global drong alal badi malem sirfo Sonko aka Baiyo Sonko Sonko Gambia badolu bi kachani kachale meyalon ko adun tariko le bitanyola bayring nyajibe Sonko dum kolu zafo nyama drong bayring ibn abulu ba ibn abulu karadola so you wati nyala jibe ebe social media, ebe call killer, ebe call post la, ebe video post la, ebe kalom from the video they even posting, video nying I mean, or the video men for post kang, video nying ka post mina kang, ebe ka understand, well PDY is in quality, because it's very important Gambian call ya long, meaning PDYS, it's very important Gambian call it the track history of PDYS, because nying kumada bag, I have. These are people without doubt. We believe very well nobody will doubt that. Nobody will doubt that. Likewise, other political party members. But why all the time PDYS itolu kajoko itolu important. All the time itolu kajoko itolu buka mistake. Why? So Badul Lafta Kachani started from 1996, because this is very important. From 1996, the Kachak started on a wallet. Also 1994, Nala Hakilo Bakang started Kaira Ba Jawra, Aratilula Num, PDYS Party to Patimiano, I've been existing in Bangkok and Jang, but covering Abin Jang. At that very time, they got PMINCC, something like that. Later on, after coup d'etat, in an PDYS, whatever. So, Manu left it wrong, Natala track history to sign. First of all, in 1994, Kabirin Yaya Jambe coup d'etat. PDYS kita party Mea Lonko, Emma ban. And it was existing, but you know, I've been existing. I've been sorry, but me like ima ban. And what was the reason me atina imam PDYS ban? This reason also is very important. Me na reason not to know me atina imam PDYS ban. Okay, neither time now the PDYS was the only political party in this country. Melia longo kabirin coup d'etat kedak imam coup d'etat nyema denounce ima condemn. It was the only political party. Because there were other political parties in Bangkok. There was NCP, there was, Asal Musa Kamarala Party and other parties, you understand? Well, but all these political parties, they all condemned the coup d'etat. With all this NCP, you'll be condemned, and Yajaloko, you Sojarul, Manyana Sonna, you Sojarul Puria Mara. And this history needs to be very clear to everyone. But PDYS is the only political party condemn. I want people to keep this record. As the first record, PDYS. What is the main purpose of PDYS? What exactly did they want? What exactly did they want? And why? What even emerged? What even emerged? The existence of PDYS. PDYS from sort of the phone. That history also need to be in records. PDYS from one at a nyadile. And inside of the differences, It is Sarah Karabaya Moon differences for a PDOIS law. This point also is very important. Because Tarikum Fenet me along Akumata back. Because first time PDOIS, well before, the party's name was PMINCC. They called the party as the People's Movement for Independence Against Neocolonialism and Capitalism in the Gambia. PMINCC. PDOIS Tomun Wallet. That was the movement. That was the group of people. And this group of people, Jumale Alo, Jumale Nimpati on your law. Gambian call Alamani Hakilola. Because it's very important. Ali Lamani Hakilola, Alba understand why all this mess today. Why all this mess today? Ako whose members? This particular part of me are members whose members were Halifa Salah, Samsar, Amisila, Adamaba, Momodu Sao. You learn when PDOIS and Yadon called. These were the leaders of PDO. You learn PDOIS Lono. Yes. In another newspaper Lundi, newspaper maker fire call, Voice of the Future, and six members were put on trial for its publication in 1984. Although they were acquitted and discharged. Initially, PDOIS had no official leader. They had no official leader initially until December 1997. When Sidia Jata was chosen as the first leader, it began publishing its own news. Firstly, it published its own newspaper, Foraya, in July 1987, where it was critical of the pre-Western policy of 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔. The pre-Western policy of 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔 and opposed the Senegambia Confederation in 1987. It put forward 5 candidates in the parliamentary election, but all were defeated in 1992. It put forward 14 candidates, but again, all were defeated. Judges stood in presidential election that year and came fourth, winning 5.24% of the vote. 5.24% of the vote. PDOIS was not banned. PDOIS was not banned following the 1994 coup d'etat by Yaya Jammeh, as it did not publicly denounce it. Both Jata and Salah turned down the cabinet post they were offered. So they were offered with the cabinet post, but they turned it down. That's quite true. But they did not denounce it. Ima denounce. So that history also, people need to know it. Again, PDOIS kilo sign. PDOIS kilo sign. Me alongo. Na sister nyolo ebe kirikara ka PDOIS me na kola. The same PDOIS jan ya fonye tariko kono. Muntumale protest keda nyim banko kanya PDOIS e dagaje. Muntumale protest kete nyim banko kanjang. PDOIS dakije protest nyim banko kanjang. PDOIS no me dake protest nyim banko kanjang. At all. So the PDOIS go Albert Noisman alatala. Albert Noisman alatala. Tarko membe seferi monara tutula. Tarko membe seferi monara tutula. PDOIS kaje logo PDOIS it will fake protest is not democratic Nyajibe in a real sense. Even peaceful protest PDOIS fake woman is not democratic. Well now Madi call it Alifa and armchair politicians is right. They only believe in writing. Safero dron ilata wolela. Safero dron ka safe. But ya safe abuka bala. What is the next step? What is the next step? So nindara tariko from Bajalgo, PDOIS were never ready to face anywhere difficulty, but PDOIS were never ready for that. I remember there was only a time. Like okay, yellow in 1984 they were arrested. Fine, good. So but Kabir Yajambe Nata Yajambe arrest only once. Yajambe arrest only once. Kabir Yajambe okay, let's say Yajambe Dimba fouled. That was about the publication. Ila foraya publication ko ni yajambe arrest wala kabra bodo la PDOIS say will kijo bola protest ko la nyimba ko kan. There will be no protest in this country. PDOIS be that element. Peaceful protest lemba o minamba PDOIS will never involve themselves into any protest in this country because it will be protest kele ko wa alhamdulillah. Governments need to know this also about them. PDOIS protest is a taboo. Umanya la kela wala be kunkon. And this needs to be clear to everyone. This needs to be clear to everyone. And the language, Alibasala Diamofana, from 1996 Kana, is very important. Molika Alifa Lamoy Bakebang. There is a word me along. Alifa keeps saying this word. About ethnicity, about tribes, ethnocentric, that word. I never like to say this word, ethnocentric. What was the reason why I never keep saying this? Because history is very important. Minadna Alifa Katunyum Fola. Because in 1996, all the political parties in this country came together to form United Democratic Party. What was the reason Alifa and Sidia and the co why they didn't join? Join United Democratic Party at that very time when all the political parties in the country joined. Ethnocentric, yes. Why Alifa keeps saying this word? It's very important, you know. Why Alifa keeps saying this? From 1996, this is one of the words Alifa keeps saying it all the time. Why? What is the main purpose of that word? And in the same 1996, people from different political parties came together and formed one party called United Democratic Party. Minatina PDOIS Manjoino Patioka. Why? Why? What was the reason? Because PDOIS believe ko itolu ila miro doron. Ha. PDOIS believe ko itolu ila miro doron. Itele miro kafula mola miro ma. Ini mola miro kafula nyoma. But itol dama la miro. And they knows very well itol miro already. Sadawde yo finish le. Sadawde yo Gambian call aware about these people. Gambians will never buy the idea of PDYS. Gambian call the PDYS la idea sana. It has sana. They will never buy it. They will never buy the idea of PDYS. You learn very well. Because Sadawde Gambian call aware about them. Gambians are well aware about PDYS. But Alivanyo instead, you join United Democratic Party you Gambia Bondi, you Kafu Nyoma. And that's the Jani Ya Jambe Sembo War, Janin Soyal Sembo Warlaja. Janin Soyal Sembo Warlaja. Instead, you join the welcome a mansong. Ilote Fire. The Minnesota. What did they have? The Minnesota. 5.3%. But that 5.3% no joint on you can know. And that forces me, that will have convinced a lot. We believe with all that dollar in that election, UDP won the election. Because after Gambia Bay, Gambia Bay Fata Sojourner, Gambia Bay Fata APRC. They used Nalano you may use. But I believe separation of monkey and water it will be joined together. In that year. So nim PDYS kana coalition. What coalition? They try to make ownership. To let them coalition. They try to make people to believe it will in a pharaoh. It will let pharaoh attend a coalition. Who should believe in that? When already there was a chance. When already there was a coalition. May I know, they were here. And they failed to join that coalition. And they knows very well Gambians will not give them any vote. Gambians will not give them any vote. May I know, will make them to be presidents of this country at that very time. But they failed to join the coalition at that very time. For coalition. People need to understand one thing. There was a coalition in 1996. Because Asan Musa Kamara la Patio, PPP, NCP, they all joined together to form United Democratic Party. But where PDYS Trajane, Milat na PDYS Mansonka joining at that very time. So ni dia mu da coalition ko le ka go ha UDP la Manson. UDP la Manson by how? Ita Manson. When they were forming UDP, before UDP formed a shotla, you could come we join together. It's a Sonko join water. And you want those people to come and join you. You want those people to give the leadership. So from there, the formation of NAD, the formation of NDAM, and how all these other political parties be moved to fire NCP tada fire. Why? What caused all those things? This need to be understood. This need to be said. Yaje Nimbango, the tribal history of this country need to be said. Tribalism, Sifatam Faso. William Banco can me alonko, fund the 12 fire for. Because I the hatred was there. Fende me alonko, Tanyam Banco Sambalanyato. It will not take this country anywhere else. But this is what is in the heart and the minds of Gambian people. Nyum fende me alonko, abembe kankon, abembe la be balokonon. Menta moment in conta dila. Menta moment in conta dila. Ngonta sonna nyom. The only thing we believe is when blame came. The only thing we believe is when you go, we are the winners. We are the winners. And this is what exactly we will do again. The same scenario is what is coming again. I'm only saying this, the past because what is happening today. Member KDB. Well, I am telling you people about the past. Well, number kunum fokani. Ni somebody ala keta num kunum. For ya jambe surolo. Manso nyoma num kunum for ya jambe semboso. At the end of it, kabi ya jambe semboso. We were not even thinking about mekela nyoka nyame. Because after we have already built the enmity between us. Na jawya bilin damal te masai. Momo ni belore, everybody, momo balande nyoma. Ni moye jawya bil nyo already, you expect to join that person. You expect go person way later kodo. How come that works? When you hate that person, ita ma lefo mari la. Ita ko way kafutama. Ondo woko ate kafutama. How will that work? So the future of the country lies in our hand, especially we the young ones. Didn't know. Because when they will use those tribes, like Aliva keeps saying, because I call from Menkama Ireland. And you remember when we know Keta, the words Aliva was saying, those who think that they are the owners of this country, where are they when there is difficulty? That word. Do we know the meaning of those words coming from Alifa? With all due respect, we respect Alifa. With all due respect, you know, I mean, he worked hard for the country. But these things need to be said. You call it. We must say this thing. For now, come on for. Toyalem toyati. Toyalem tonle be bad. Dolbe frindila. And right now, Aliva from parliamentary election, he make his position make it very clear. Because he's not going to stand for any election in this country. Or maybe he's not only going to stand for parliamentary, I don't know. But one thing is very clear here in Bangkok, Kenya. The way we are fighting each other, the way we are against each other, the way we are sending words to each other, I don't think we are ready for change. And the moment it starts somewhere else, someone also will continue it. Because we see the way these PDYS people are behaving in the social media. The way they are behaving in social media, and if they think they can do it, we can do it more than them. What Madi Jobat have said is very clear. Alifata Manki, a member of the coalition. Alifata Manki. There were a lot of people, there were almost about 8 political parties. But none of those people were out. But Aliva ko have, because they have left a card at the Baiyo Dunya and Watalo Baiyo. What is that? Baiyo do not allow Baiyo when you want them, no. Between all of them, Kataka Kumul for Kumul Melia Longo is going to Abedofana, Dola Kamfandila. Many like a hackload will be the job. And then, you know, one thing we need to understand here, and this is a very important point, my brother. We, the members of all the political parties, if we are ready, the government we are having, PDYS, always they will be distractors because they will never have the numbers. It's a number shuttle, abandoned. PDYS will never have the numbers, but they will always be there to distract us. Thank you for bringing that point. They will always be there to distract us. They will always be there to divide us. Because they think it will mirror the best thing. It will mirror it will. But I think Ngaji même fote Gambian ko bejer lala wala le. Coalition 2016 you join with other people together. You campaign with those people. Make campaign, make bank around. You give message to the Gambian people. And the message you were giving to the Gambian people, this message you can only deliver it if you are in the government. You know that very well. Alifa knows that very well. But Alifa refused to take position. See, they refused to take position. That was the position of their party. Telling people that was the position of the coalition. What? That was the position of the coalition? Well, you people doesn't take positions. But when you were campaigning, that was not the message you told Gambian people. That was not the message. Because when you voted in us, we will only have a president and all of us are not going to be members of the cabinet. That was not the message men did on Gambian call. Those are messages today me along there there was no intention for any member of the coalition to be a minister. That was not the plan of the coalition. But when the coalition members were campaigning, that was not the message they gave to the Gambian people. And when Gambian people were voting for them, we have the belief yes, but the likes of Sidi Jata, the likes of Ali Basala, the likes of Usainu Dabo, the likes of Amadou Sane, the likes of the people Gambians know very well those people are well educated. We were expecting them to be ministers so that they can able to contribute to the change. We all believe in that. But Alifa Natna ke bang among some minister palasota. Akata deputy bonko. Atana deputy bonko akanaka famoleko atamang sembo ataman ni sembeseto. Pretending to Osco, the number was not there for them to make some of these reforms. The number was not there for them to make some of these reforms. And I want Gambian people to understand these issues. Let a Gambian college and understand back. The constitutional reform or the electoral law, reform, the electoral law, already, when Alifa is in that parliament, they already start dealing with it. Amamban. Why Amamban? No, because the time is supposed to come to the parliament. It didn't come to the parliament at that very time. For electoral law, can repeal. Electoral law, can repeal. The bill was before the members of the parliament. And all political parties have brought up the idea someone can put in there. But what the point is, and the point Mali is trying to tell him, well, I'm going to call among in time. All the political parties were called, and they all sat with the members of the parliament. They all sat with the members. They were the one responsible for for amending that bill. Input deal. All the political parties bring their input there. But what Madi is telling him, you cannot wait just after election. I'll go below someone. Madi Katan that bill should be there, like the age limit, like the bill closing, like the electoral loaning, the local government act. Time you have chance to bring these laws also in that very time. Why the Masamana? Only very trying to dodge Madi. I coax on in divert. Akafa Moloko, Mandile, Kumo divert. Alifa is the one who diverted because Alifa always want to mislead the government people. Let's call a spade a spade. When mistakes happen, we have to accept it and move on. I'm not here to support Mali. Mali support. But now that and I'm not saying Alifa is not saying the truth. But the fact is, Gambian called Nyanda Kanyina Long. Our last members of the parliament failed us. And we all have to accept that. The executive failed us, the members of the parliament failed us. Ojebe Wurajana had there was no coalition parliamentarians. If there was no coalition parliamentarians, if there was no coalition parliamentarians, then UDP was never part of the coalition. Then PWIS was never part of the coalition. Then PPP was never part of the coalition. But what happened was, Momo Yalo and the co, ila number bedamendo. And this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what happened. UDP lata menna, UDP lata ko sembo bebul diamond, itata wolte campaign kaje, and they voted for them. Likewise, PPP lata ko sembo bebul diamond, itata wolte vote aje. Likewise, PWIS. Everybody sembo bebul diamond, itata wolte je vote aje. Zara, if I'm supporting Mahdi, fine. If I'm supporting Mahdi, I'm only supporting him because I meant demand, I meant for. I'm only supporting him because of that. I'm only supporting him because of I meant for whatever the fact. The members of the coalition and the parliamentarian fell solo standing. I am with him. If I'm supporting him, that's the only party. I'm supporting him. But I'm not supporting him because of, I'm trying to celebrate Mahdi or whatever. No. I want you to understand this point. I'm only supporting Mahdi because of the word he has said. I think this point needs to be very clear to you. I'm from a political party. And the political party I am from, this political party, they were also members of the coalition. They were members of the coalition. UDP was a member of the coalition. They were a party to it. Likewise PWIS, likewise PPP and others. So all of us have to accept the failure and we move on. Let's accept the failure, we come together again and fight against the system. But pull head. There will be no pull head here. If the credit comes, anything good, you take it. But anything it's not going to work. We must all accept it. We must all accept it. So the history will always be there. And the history, but neither any kebal kachada kuma jama bale foye. Kebal ka kuma jama bale foye. Wala tin nan tol dinul miliyalon ko bi menin jamani labam bondo. Tol dinul miliyalon ko bi ala ya solo nimbun ka diam za hakilo du bage. Kulle tambita. Kulle tambita anu ñu ko ñu domondi be folala because ninde befo e be kumol jele nyaadolo nyama anim malan ñoy nyame. Ñim banko kanjang mbe bakilim fakili. Ñim banko kanjang siol fututa ñoyel. During the time of Sanalo Kairaba Jawara, me ñokono ñame mbe yalone. During the time of Sanalo Kairaba Jawara, badungul be ñokono ñame jam mbe yalone. Siku ñim banko kanjang. Ha, mava mentioned it. But it was few people mele alongo those few people wala ya jamando nyim fi few people wala jamando nyim fi wala jamando nyim buruburu wo jamando nyim wala be falen kan bi jamando nyim fi fe onyin bi abarakata. People need to understand this issue, this tribalism core. There are few elements, few people mele ya fi and kabri ka fi it neta mol ko do men sudaram fawol man ko ka fawol ko ni be mo dalin na foya sutiala ni be mo dalin nek foy do amaro even intelligent when you want to have proper intel foy do amari kono when you want to have proper intel foy mo so do me alongo proper intel of a specific family or a specific case abe pour you have better information you must make sure you do a kono. You must be part of the system for you to have better prior information so that you may alongo is very rigid. And this point need to be very clear to every one of us. No one can lo alto. Nema hakil to billahi banko be dunna ya moko. Yin si fatam fasu ko ja. Ibe mol kontu la nyim banko ko yameli alongo. Wole si fatam fasu quota ya lo nyim since the time of Salo lo kayra ba jawara. And this history need to be said. Nyim tare ko yanda ka fole. Nyim tare ko yanda ka fole. Yes. Jumale be nun bamburu si ko mo jang. During the time of Salo Karaba Jumale ya start. Jumale ya start. Ya start nyandile. Jumale ya foye. Wol fama nyul fata. Fal fata. Fal ya fo dingole wulu. Wo dingole ko nda ya spread. Dingol siata. Talibol siata ba ko talibol siata. O talibol yo hate nta ya spread. And that hate saying whatever consume and the way we are consuming it abe dunkan na soul kono abe dunkan na kabilo kono abe dunkan na satolto whatever nyim banko muta kan whatever nyim banko na fande kan whatever nyim banko na fande kan the information the content ya soul kono ye dungo sindi e kay ko karñol e dingo yo believe sira kono e dingo yo fa dingo yo fana fa dingo so generation ko ta nyamen abe dunna wala nyama wala yatina si fadam fan so be sembo so do kanyim banko kanjang but fenne me yalon ko ya feel people need to understand this issue there. Yolem otumo jang aturu dan tan be jang turu dan tan o turolu mel yalon ko benun jang o turolu you know wala fita Gambians need to understand these things bi mo ka ko ha tribalism siara banko yes because milakeda otumo kabrin salo lo karaba jamano abenun janne but amansem why amansem bosoto because of the population, how the population was. And Yakemel Kama, how their number was. And this number was very protected. And this number, their fathers, their parents would never want them to get into it. Malulu funye fonyo ya. Mantara nyimfo kam because nga dole kam fandi. Nyimbanko kanjang. Billahi, wallahi, tallahi, mbiyalone. Wala atna ni ajibe say ibajela dolu manke banko dongol fongol di bibe alkalal dulato ibe alkalal jumalle le dulato wala be alkalal jumalle la satawolto ibe alkalal jumalle la chenoto because when they came to this country wala jiakule and ya meso le ko dongol ko ñun mun la lu tongol le alim taku wol dongolu wala ka boy ka wuli adama ya be tem wala kada karam film e buke dungul sindika kanyum dundi kunko ten ninte no e buko okay but there were few e mansianu e doyatanu there were few of them million ko inata jang ya jago no ndol fana nyanda ka fenso da jan ya yego no nyulu ñu lañu sembo men bebul ñanta kela sembo te bulle bar mbela sembo tale bul no nyame wala ñundi ko men diwol lel tala mbela kumol le falan diwol ye diwol feed wal diwol fana ye diwol feed wal diwol fana ye diwol feed. And that is what brought all what we are today. Billahi wallahi tallahi wala mponyati isita moto kono ita bidikoldo ita mansoldo isa fe ko karnyol be ten but bile mo be fola because yawo fo e suol kono but kabri nata num wo karnyol yes dulal dila fo sita je wo karnyol si dulal dila yeke alkalolti o dulal to e kenol dile sita je e kuba ayata je kuba ya to dulal bi kanalo wo kar nyolu e ka wolle mu tako wolle mu dul jawalti ale momo ni bo dulal. So don't blame those kids on, don't blame those children today melkata Facebook melkata social media ibe tribalism pousse la doron ibe content ya pousse la doron. Don't blame them, but ite intelligent person ite mo men 40 ite educationist ite men 40 ite me ya lon ke 40 you learn civilized civilization o 40 civilization o 40. What is the way forward? What is the way forward? Me bola nyum ko kono nyame. Should you just keep the mentality your father gave to you? Should you continue with that mentality? For the new mentality in the Taliban, it may along 40, yellow dosoto. You have seen how other countries are doing. Iya bankol yo bankol bita kan nyame. An yalon ko bankol wala nyomuta nyame. Ya je yo bankol yo nyomuta nyame yo bankol develop nyame. But no, somebody is feeding from you. Somebody is making money out of you. Somebody is getting rich from you. Abe dividing dila, aba fole karnyol mankinyende. Abe kumandila, abe kafundila, because that's somebody's father and mother. That's somebody's father and mother. Was teach. That father and mother, they were teach. So nyundula kumata bakele funa nyundula for nyoy ala ha go boy somebody caught my attention. Amanga konente yatide. Except it may along you live in the United States of America, except it may along you live in the UK, it may along you live in Germany, you live in Sweden, you live in Switzerland, or you live in Australia. You know Bankol you developed a nyadile. What brought them together? Civilization only nyadile je. Let's forget about those primitive thinkings. Those primitive thinking, let's forget about those ones. Because this is very important. But men get a forward for it. Nale diamo mandi men get a bewole for la tariko be murla wal. Ujama balle kete jam. Tariko be murla wal na fo nyoye. And nuntul funding chawlu nim pareda kaje ko na move forward be tonyala fo nyoye we move forward. Allah join nyokam. Na Gambia Samba to the promised land. And na Gambia Samba to the promised land. We can do it. Together we can do it. Today, Nimbango Kanja Medam right now, na fulo na kodo, our money. Jumale be na kodo be Jumale bulu. Jumale na kodo control, Jumale na fulo, Jumale na central bank control. Ibota banko Jumale kang, o banko be nyadile. We must accept the fact. If you go to Nigeria today, whatever is happening in Nigeria, whatever they are having, yalo lako karnyo lem nyundi karnyo lem nyundi karnyo lem nyundi karnyo lem nyundi ba nim balaw kita nyoma drong mbebe tara balandine mbetulo balangole kono nditala nyato we will never go front nditala nyato we will never go in front because metala balandi nyomale so mele alon ko ale wolle harje e dun system o kono wolbe kala mol mela ko dewul kip wolbe tar la ka balu wolbe tar la ka soto ndol be tar la ka jiduma ndol be tar la bata kono by now we should all make it to President Barrow. You are not going to contest Imagine the next election. Because this was a promise. This was a promise, may I long President Barrow yadi mola. Because there will be time limits. Ko ataban nyoka sanjitang, do fanaya nyoka sanjitang. But why today none of them are ready to hold him accountable? Katan dalako imagine the next election. None of the political parties are calling him for that. Why? B. Senegal fell B. Because of it was in the campaign promise of Macky Sall. Yeah, just go look. We must make sure that Macky Sall let Lola Kotenke. Because this was the reason they joined together and fight against Abdoulaye Wade. Among comment Abdoulaye Wade development, Abdoulaye Wade development, the entire Senegal people knows it. But because the time limit kwani. Kule me along Abdoulaye Wade ya fole. Alafaka balangala. The entire Senegalese people joined together, regardless of tribe or whatever. Ikafta nyoma. Ya Abdoulaye Wade bond with all the development is doing. Ikafta nyoma. So then they have seen the country, bankology. And right now, Katanke, the same thing. Because it was the campaign promise of Macky Sall. So the Senegalese soldier ko Macky Sall, he must make sure iba jelal ko Macky Sall la manta lo election wala jam. Are Gambian people ready for that? Ndol mpalisa wala bang? We the Gambian people, are we ready for that? Are we ready for that? Can make sure Adam Barrow will not even think about that. Are we ready for that? We will only have a leader. May I long about Kumakang respect la, about Kumakang respect la, whatever it tell us if we are united. If we are not united, there will be no leader in this country. May I long about Kumakang respect la. They will only respect their words if we are united. But if they see that control we are divided, they will take that as advantage. Do whatever they want to do. And this is the problem we are in today. Benye problem will gonna be. Man left kele kilometer. Man left can unite. And it's only unification. May I long saying banko sambano yado. It's only us to become together as one family. For us to move this country to the promised land. For us to move this country to the promised land. It's only leaders to accept the facts. That is the only reason. That is the only way we can move this country, or we can push this country to the promised land. Because this constitution no make careful, you loi buko ni, you want like a loi buko de that. Let's use our sense now. Let's listen to what Alifa was trying to say. In fact, for example, let's go back to what Alifa is trying to say. Loi buko. B. President Barrow now left B. Some of the issues mele along ko banku dungu left ala. Now left B. I'll come and respect. Another members, another cabinet members, they are going to draft many things. Below Savela, 10 bills or more. Yeah, somebody to the parliament. Left below le falling, left dun system. Because this is what Gambian people want. But President Barrow, how will President Barrow do that? President Barrow will only do that if Nahaja control Gambian call, we are one. Nahaja control Gambian call, now we are united to uproot him. Nahaja control Gambian call, we are united. We will never allow him to contest banko kanko tanke. That is the only time President Barrow been to respect la. That is the only time President Barrow will respect the soldiers of this country. That is going to be the only time President Barrow will respect the PIUs of this country. That will be the only time President Barrow will respect the citizens of this country. The president will not respect the citizens of this country. For Hajoko, we are united. The citizens lambang, the securities lambang, whatever. He will only respect us. Na Hajoko, we are, because don't let's hear that. Don't let's hear. Don't banku don't let's hear. And don't banku don't let's sembo or sembo membatable because don't let sembo the president one. Don't let sembo the al. But why they are doing all this mess? Why they are doing things many along? They are not favoring this country. Why they are awarding contracts to people many along? They know very well they cannot deliver it. They know 100% they cannot deliver it. But what they do, they give them positions. They give contract to people, they are not people, they can also contract called Keno. Because of why we are divided, because of why we are not united. This is why they are taking all those advantage against us. What in Buffalo, Kodo filter jang, Kodo filter jang, Kodo filter jang. Fembuka bonoje. Drogo in the Banko Kanjang. Fembuka bonoje. Because of why the president knows that code. The president and the people around him know that code. Ntolta kele kilumuti. Yallo kon ntolta kele kilumuti. Yallo kon ntol nada kele kilumuti. That is the advantage. Ibe mentakang ntolla. There are a few political parties in this country. They are taking those advantages. President Barrow knows very well, Gambians. Because look, imagine. Let's take this as an example. President Barrow knows very well, during 2016, almost 300 votes, 300,000 votes. Yeah, Jambe. Ala 𝒂𝒄𝒄𝒆𝒔. Yola Jandi. President Barrow knows that. That was the reason why we were struggling so hard. Because it was having ghost voters. But it was because of the struggle of the citizens of this country. In a struggle. Fannin kol mena ko be soyor yala ya carte ki sota ya jandi e bo dol bo tay banko kany ya dol fa nyim banko kanja. They even killed them. President Barrow knows that very well. Those people were killed. Nyim banko kanja awlon because of the ghost vote ya jama was doing. But because of what carte ki so o fannin kol le life sacrifice yo carte ki so jandi bi o fannin kol le Sirifo nyole tumane hina ye tumane fa. Ye tumane fa. Tumane was killed. After the victory, Tumane was killed. Tumane la mero who is giving Tumane ka Tumane la mero look after. Tumane la family who is looking after them. Because of why we are not united. Sirifo hina Abe soldier say is no more in the soldier today because I'm uncomfortable no here. Because of the trust is not there again. Because of the act I make. Because it was bold enough, these boys were bold enough to take this responsibility. One of the biggest responsibility. One of the most biggest responsibility me alongo anamadu be hanging nakata in those days. They sacrificed their life. They went to the political bureau. Kanying ID Carol Samake Jendi. And they leave the country. Today, those people are roaming in the street. Some of them are back to the soldier, but they are not given any respect. And those people who were doing those dirty games, for Yaya Jammeh, President Barrow Yaya Joko side B. Those are the people, those are the best friends, those are the people that. So you see how leaders use us now? Some other people die to fight against the system. A system it divides us. A system it was suppressing us. That system which was suppressing us. Maduru, government file, I didn't can point la me back. A system which was suppressing us. To manage Jallo and the co. Ibeka the killing for Ninkewol. You sacrifice ta sirfonyon. Itata ye karde kesota karde kema sabanim wulu kema sabanim thing ya jandi. That make Jammeh to lose the election. That make him to lose the election. B Yankoba Koli nyon leoke. That Yankoba Koli, that Rambo Jata, that Sidi Njai, that Fabaka Tomon Jata, Melia Lonko, they were the people helping Yaya Jammeh to do all those stuffs. They were the people, they were in the parliament, changing laws. Changing laws. They were the people changing laws. Sonko sabana fi la sama yawe yawe ha talulu zongo taji. Yes B wala multi-million lonko B wala ni president bulo nyokono. So you see the system how it is. But why all these systems, why the system is going like this? It's because we, the average Gambians, are not ready to be united. Why those few? This is why those few elements are getting. I mean, they are getting the power. Madonlu. Let's get united. Nana Banko Bondi. Another clue Nana Banko Bondi. But we will continue this discussion. But discussion will continue. About 5 seats. But we will continue this discussion. Reality talk. Even sometimes, we will even touch our party. Because more time on the corner side. For the Tonya for New Year. It's no Nakulo Jibela. But Tonya for New Year. Nana mistake will ratify and we move on. Because it's only Katonya for Noe, Mensa making no killing. It's only Katonya for Noe, Mensa no our people will be educated. Our people will understand the facts. And inshallah, we are ready for that. People will challenge us, people will call us names, people will ignore us. But what is more important can for? Our consent. This is what is important for me. This is what is important for me. It's not about you liking me. It's not about you hating me. It's about do I believe in what I'm saying? Do I believe in what I am saying? Ida bukan de balundi. Then you want the rebel. Then you so I will say as it is. I will say as it is. So ala barka bagay Gambians. Salut sida. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.